Me and Nigel were emailing for, it was about 2 years, I'd say 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, because we were thinking of all kinds of different ideas, and I'd hate to pay a large amount of money for something and then later think, oh God, wouldn't have this been good if we'd done that. So it works in a very similar way to how Brian's works. It runs the 3 amps if necessary. I don't use 3 amps anymore, but there's also an output for the DK amp on there as well, which is a total separate output. And yeah, we've also got the wireless system there. Now, I haven't got the wireless set up, but if you were to switch the wireless in from there, it cuts out the treble boosters, because obviously we run on a strap booster whenever using the wireless system, so on and so forth. So for now, we're just sticking with the cable. We've also got a straight DI box in there as well, so when I run my acoustic in solo shows, that goes in through the front and straight into the desk, into the speakers. It hasn't really got much to do with the amps and whatever, but still it's important. Now then, a few of you use the TC Electronics stuff. The G Major 2, I've owned 3 of them in the past, and all 3 of them have broke, usually during a gig when I'm trying to switch effects. They break down all the time, so that's something I've seen on the Mike Hill system, the infamous get out of the shit button. We've got kind of a backup thing here which switches to the G-Force unit, which is just a backup, and then G Major 2 as well. What else would you like to know, really? It's really difficult to stand here and get all of this out. You know, while you're sat down and not doing anything, you think, oh yeah, I'll say this, and I'll say that, and I'll say this, and they'll like that bit. I'm kind of struggling with what the hell to say. Does anyone have any questions?
Do you run through some of the effects, like the different standards of
effects? I haven't got any kind of Brian type effects because I don't really play any Queen songs, so this is what I've got. I've got like a uni-vibe effect that I use for Pink Floyd. And also the rotary speaker effect as well. Some delays as well. This isn't the typical Brighton Rocks thing, but one thing I always struggle with, trying to create nice delays that can be used over the PA system without causing too much of a horrible noise. So, see what you think. You see, it comes over the PA very, very well, but if you weren't to hear it through that, you'd really, really struggle to hear, because again, it's really difficult to kind of get good delay sounds without causing any audio problems, if that makes sense. There you go. And we've got an octave effect which I use for one of the ELO numbers going right now. It works for me anyway, because, that's about it really. There was so much work went into this, and, it's really difficult to kind of explain it all. There's another thing as well, when it comes to rehearsing. I mean, I do a few shows with the band every now and then, but when it comes to rehearsing, and if there's, ever struggling for space, the unit actually works completely different when we don't have the control board out. It's just configured in a certain way, so it'll run off the super booster at the back, and it'll keep the G Major 2 running, and just, it'll, if we set up 2 amps or 3 amps or 1 amp, it will just run whatever you feed it with. So we can get away with not actually using the pedal board, and there is a switch on the front as well to switch between cable or the wireless system, which is pretty handy. What about anything? Does anyone have any questions? Please feed the fire.
your Fox feature in there?
Go on.
Bass pedal in there.
Oh god, yeah, of course. The phase pedal, the Fox phase pedal, that's one that I've always liked, and it was always a pain in the arse to use. It gives it subtone, and it used to eat batteries like a fat person would eat cakes. I don't know. It was monstrous. So I asked Nigel to take that apart, make it sound better, and get it in the rig. So that's actually in there, along with the numerous treble booster circuits and whatnot. I'm right in saying that, aren't I? The circuits in there, isn't it? I mean, he's the guy who should be really explaining this because he's technically minded, whereas I just said, I want that and that and that and that. So if we turn off the G major 2 and just have the Fox run on its own with one of the boosters. Really, I like the sound of it anyway. It kind of creates that almost like a fuzz pedal type of noise, which I really, really like. Anything else? Does anyone want to know anything? Ask me something intelligent.
What's that other pedal beside you, Tom? It's not attached to it.
It's a copycat. Mike will know. This is, I mean, I'm sure we've all been on Mike's page and, you know, kind of had a nosy at what he's had in the past and whatnot, and stole some ideas. But basically, it's just the LEDs removed from the wah pedal and placed at the front, which, you know, it's really, really practical. But there's nothing worse than being stood in a gig and not having any idea if that's on or off and kind of carrying on. So it just makes using it a hell of a lot easier. And to quote someone, you can pretend that you know what you're doing. So yeah, from the unit in the back there just runs straight to that. It's, I mean, you're all very, very familiar with what Brian does and how his things work, so it's, you know, relatively similar. I just like to say that it's mine. Does anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to play a song and you can all judge.
Do you have a patch ready on the G major 2 and the G force where you change pitch?
Not really, because again, I think you asked earlier about the show must go on.
I tried it on the G major 2 at home, and if you change pitch for instance, it's a hard line.
Well, for example,
it sounds shit when you play a chord. G major doesn't seem to.
I've never used it to play a chord though. I mean, I've got a harmony here for a T-Rex song, Hot Love, which is, I think it's in the key of G, but it uses the scale of A minor and.
It's not a problem for single notes.
Yeah.
The G major will cope with it, but once you play a chord, it can keep up.
Are you talking about pitch shifting?
Yes.
Not harmonisation. Brian used.
It's a hard line.
It's a hard line because he said he wanted to play it in an open key because he'd never played it like before. He said, and then everybody showed him the videos of about 20 million gigs where he has been playing it. But I think Pete Deach put a patch into his TC G-Force it was actually, so not the second one, which just detuned it by a semitone. And it was actually really surprisingly good.
It's not something I've ever tried anyway.
I think G-Force,